Hello and welcome back to White Knuckle Rants, the series where I play White Knuckle while ranting about up to 10 topics. I'll get the intro right eventually. And the video ends if I either die or finish talking. Up to 4 user suggested topics will be allowed each video. Just comment it and I'll pick the ones I like. Today's shoutout is Kenopsia, really cool guy, for leaving a really cool topic suggestion on episode 10 that I can't quite deliver on just yet because I haven't actually played the games, but trust me, I'll get to it as soon as I can. If you want a shout out like this, just comment literally anything below related to the video, and if it's good, I'll pin it for another video shout out. Alright, so we've got 2 user suggested topics this time. I'm glad to see I'm finally getting some support on this. Let's do endless silos, you know? It's been a while since I've done that. Okay. So, our first topic of today is how popularity ruins things. Now, it's specifically how it ruins things, like unique things was, like the description. So, okay. This one it seems pretty straightforward, and honestly, I'm inclined to agree with you if you think that popularity is like most of the problem. But the thing is, like, it really depends on the person who's gaining the popularity too. Because I can guarantee you, not everybody is going to immediately, you know, become corrupt once they have influence, once they have that sort of social power. Popularity, in its purest form, is just recognition. That's it. So, if somebody turns tail at the, like, slightest hint of recognition, it probably says a lot about their character. So, in a few cases, popularity doesn't immediately ruin somebody. It's always another force that has to do with popularity. For example, money. You'll see these artists get signed onto labels because the labels pick them up after they gain a certain amount of fame, and they offer them money. They offer them, like, even millions of dollars just to sing a few different songs. However, these contracts are tight. They're evil in some ways. For example, like, literally the K-pop industry is probably the most corrupt when it comes to this, sort of idea of, like, contracts and popularity and public image even. So, somebody could have a unique style and then be instantly, like, shredded, through contracts just because they got popular for that unique style. And then it starts to degrade over time. I was never really around for Angry Video Game Nerd, but I heard he fell hella off when he started to use plagiarism with, you know, the scripts that he did for, what was it? Like, oh shoot, I forget what the series was called, but I remember this was either an H-Bomber Guy video that showed me about this. H-Bomber Guy, really cool guy, really cool video essayist. Video essayist? Is that what we're calling him? Yeah, so I remember hearing about this on the plagiarism thing and how it's very sad that, like, you know, you get very popular to a point where you need to start doing stuff, and I fear this happening to me every single day. It's why I put restrictions in. It's why I strictly do not ever edit an episode of White Knuckle Rants. I will reshoot an episode if too many things go wrong, and that allows me to prepare more for what I'm going to say, but I want things to remain authentic and personalized to the point where I am not some soulless jerk that's, you know, in it for the fame and the money. I actually have, like, a reason, you know? I don't want it to end up like that. Now, I have put in some preparations for if my music goes viral. I'm specifically trying to remain as cringe as possible to prevent any, like, good, you know, brand deals. And I've also said, I don't want to make a career off of video games or music. I do, like, freelance work, that would be nice, but anything that I make, like the Yellow Album, I don't want that to be sold for like $40 in some random record shop that I paid to get that in. No. I'll have it be like, and I really do want a yellow vinyl, but probably a remaster, because I've expressed this multiple times. I don't like how Yellow came out. It was kind of rushed. I really wish I could do a redo on that, you know? So if I could, I'd probably do a remaster of Yellow, slow down, actually finalize some of the things that I wanted, make it sound better, and then put that on vinyl. And like, it'd probably be $5. I'm gonna be completely honest, because where I'm going to get my income from is mostly just from a job, as it should be. Not saying that you can't make a career off of what you love, but that I don't want the money to get to my head. I don't want the incentive to be profit, because when that happens, bad things happen, and this comes with popularity. So yes, you could be niche and you could be signed onto a deal, but most often popularity is what starts you there. And then there's also the, you know, non-money involved ones. I think of Pirate Software. Pirate Software was actually a pretty okay dude before the fame. Then he started to do a lot of weird stuff to try to, you know, create that image of himself as something worth in the public sphere. And I think that that's a very bad mindset to have. Everyone is worth something in the public sphere. Everyone. I mean, I often say that people really don't watch White Knuckle Rants, but more people are starting to. And I recognize the value that White Knuckle Rants has. I myself put my phone down on my desk and play videos about how serial killers got caught, something about Moist Critical talking about like maybe a fire in Switzerland or Sweden or wherever that one was. Very sad. And I literally just let that play because honestly, I like listening to stuff like this. And White Knuckle Rants is starting to get to a point where people, you know, aren't watching it as content, but listening, you know? I've even found myself watching the White Knuckle Rants over. And of course, I do. I watch every video I make. But these ones, even the 40-hour ones, I've been able to listen through without being like, okay, I'm tired of, you know, hearing myself talking, because I really don't like my voice for some reason. Like, especially when I sing, I don't listen to a lot of my music. The ones that I do, it's mostly the instrumentals. That's actually kind of why I started making the instrumentals. And it's not just because I don't like the sound of my own voice. It's also because I like instrumentals, and I don't want to sort of gatekeep, you know? I know that doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, how are you gatekeeping a beat if you're releasing it? Well, I mean, like, without the vocals. I don't want to have to force somebody to edit those out. I want to be the deliverer. It's like the idea that, you know, if illegal drugs are going to get produced in an area, why not be the dealer? You know, why not be the one that profits? So, it's not a bad thing to create instrumentals of something, but I'm saying, like, I don't want anybody to have to go through all of that arduous stuff just to make an instrumental. So, yeah, the thing is, like, I'm not tired of listening to this, and I can see the value that this series has. I am starting to get more popular than I'm used to. I literally gained 8 subscribers in 2 days. That is insane. I have never seen that speed before. Thank you guys so much. Holy. And I know that, like, if I do eventually get popular with my music or with this, actually, I might be able to just... No, I won't be able to just, you know? Actually, I might be able to just... There we go, puzzle. Or puzzle solving skills. But basically, once I do get popular with either of these, I mean, I know I won't be able to be like, oh, I won't forget my humble beginnings, because, like, it's impossible to remain in a constant state. Change is the only, you know, guaranteed thing in life. You are guaranteed to change. You're never guaranteed to stay stagnant. So I will be changing with the popularity, just positively. I can confirm this. That's my plan, at least. So here are the main tips for avoiding the popularity poison. At least from what I've discovered, ruins a lot of things. Firstly, this daily upload thing, I'm not doing it for, you know, like, getting content out. I'm doing it because I have a lot of stuff to say. I've never forced myself to, like, daily upload even when I'm seriously unhappy. Like episode, what was it, 5 or 4? I was a little down, but it wasn't to the point where I wasn't feeling like doing an episode. I did this of my own volition. So yeah, it's never going to be a point of profit or incentive to basically cheat my own work, as I say. So I'll never turn to AI for topics. I'll never you know, script these videos. It'll always be the raw, genuine, authentic 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time experience of just chilling, of just talking it out, you know? And that's the kind of experience I feel I need to deliver on. Wow, I'm shocked it didn't turn on that whole time. So yeah, popularity, it can ruin people even on its own, but most often it is through financial incentive, and even like egotistical, madness. I don't want to be this sort of public god or like big figure. I want to remain humble, and I even accidentally do that, especially while talking about this channel with some of my friends. Where I honestly, what was it? Canopsia. Yeah, Canop? Good Lord, I'll get it eventually. Just wait, just be patient. Canopsia even pointed out I have a nasty habit of, very underestimating the value in this. And that's, I think that's a byproduct of just me, like, being used to, you know, not really anybody caring. Even with my music channel, I have 87 subscribers, and that would be insane if I like saw 87 people in real life come up to me and say, hey, your music's cool. But then again, 4 of those are alt accounts, and I'm not sure how many of those guys subscribed and just never cared again. Like, there is a real chance. Ooh, I didn't expect that one to work. Yeah, I'm experimenting with my gameplay in this game. So, I thought there was a real chance some of these are bots, some of these are, people who just forgot they were subscribed to me, and I assumed that 70% of my audience really didn't care. I mean, really, what is it worth if somebody subscribes to an indie artist purely because they're indie and they want to support them, you know? What is it worth? Like, what does all of it mean? In my opinion, not a lot. It's very sad. So that's why I'm very excited to see y'all are genuinely interacting with this, because that proves to me that this is worth something. Somebody out there is enjoying life maybe just a little bit better because of this. Not because of me. No, anybody could do white knuckle rants. I believe that. I'm just glad that, you know, I was able to deliver this. That I was able to do that. Even if it didn't make somebody's day infinitely better, the fact that this is out there, that people want this, and that I am providing it is very satisfactory to me. God, I sound like a nerd. Ugh. Anyways, that was popularity, how it can ruin unique things, mostly through financial incentive, as I had talked about. Ouch. Goodbye, radio, I guess. I didn't mean to do that. The next user-suggested topic is my music, my artistic process, not specifically revolving around music. So, this is from an indie artist themselves. So, oh god, this is gonna sound not barbaric, but just, wait, why do you do it like that? Like, it's please don't judge. It's terrible. So, there is process A, process B, and process C. B happens sometimes whenever I listen to music a lot or I play around with an instrument. C is a much more recent thing that I'm starting to do, and A is just the most common. So, A, I'll start singing the melody. I'll start humming the melody and even beatboxing the drums. This will happen way before I even think of the song sometimes, you know? Sometimes I won't even have the idea that I'll turn it into a song, and that's happened with at least 3 good melodies. Oh, my frames just went up. I'm starting to realize that. Oh, I should have. Oh. Bro. Oh my god, he does it. Okay, anyways, so I basically start humming the melody, and I beatbox maybe the drum beat. This happens for like a lot of my songs. Then I later think, okay, it's time to turn this into a song. This is where we start to get to what I call the very strange part of the music process. So there is about like 5 different steps, and all of them can happen in different orders. So obviously the first is I'm not a composer. I don't know music theory that well. I literally just hum and then translate that by ear. I can play by ear. I just have to feel for the note. So it's kind of embarrassing, because what I'll do is I'll like hum and I'll go like and then I'm like tapping on the notes to see which resonates, so I know which note I'm humming. Man, I don't fucking know. I just make the songs, okay? But yeah, so I'll do that, and I will transcribe the melody I was humming into music. Sometimes the one I was humming is a bit strange, and I'll have to sort of do some calculated ass shit, changing. Actually, no, these are still kind of useful. I'm keeping one. It is a little interesting that, wow. Oh! No! Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm screaming. The flood isn't here yet. Okay. So, I'll transcribe the melody. Then, of course, I transcribe the drums. Sometimes changing that. I was mentioning how sometimes I'll have to do some weird math fuckery with the melody, because one time, no! Ah! Well, this is a good run. But, one time, something I sang was in 5/4, not 4/4. Dude. I should have tried everything I could to get up there. I have all the jump stuff. This is embarrassing that I didn't try anything. Oh, this was such a short one too. We only got 1 topic? Man. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I let y'all down so badly with this one. I love you all. Mr. Dododo out.